Hey Hylians, and welcome to the Curiosity Shop, a series on my channel where I show you guys different bits of Zelda merchandise, both old and new. Today I'm going to show you the collector's edition of The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. This is something that I wanted ever since it came out originally, and I was finally able to get it last year, so let's get right into it. So let's start with the tin this all comes in. Of course you have the title of the game up the top and a picture of Link, Phantom Zelda and the Spirit Train in the middle. The background is also this very nice old paper look, which I've always really liked. The title of the game and the picture on the front also are raised up a teeny tiny bit as well, just to give them a little bit more definition, I guess. And when we turn the tin over, there's really nothing interesting, it's just all your standard warning label stuff. With the tin covered, let's actually dig into what we get in this collector's edition. So this is what you see when you first open up the tin. You've got the game up the top, and below that you've got something which I'll show off in just a little bit. So this is what the outside of the actual game looks like for those of you who may not have seen it, and this copy of Spirit Tracks is actually still sealed. But luckily, I have another copy to show you guys. Now this is actually the copy of the game that I got originally when this game first came out, all the way back in 2009, so a pretty long time ago now. I'm pretty sure most of you have already seen the artwork on the cartridge for Spirit Tracks, but I thought I'd show it off anyway. I've always loved the little bits of artwork we get on cartridges and discs and all that stuff. Moving on, we get to the game manual. I really miss when every single game you bought would have one of these little manuals with it. It was really fun just to look through them and see different screenshots from the game and little bits of artwork as well, but that time has sadly been and gone, it seems. On these pages we have some artwork of some of the main characters from the game, as well as some little descriptions on each of them. Further on, you just have things showing you the basic controls, different items and screenshots from the game. Now let's move on to the main part of this collector's edition, and definitely the main thing that made me really want this when I was younger. These are the little minifigures of both Link and Phantom Zelda. They come in a plastic bag and are both individually wrapped to keep everything nice and tidy. Here's a look at the Link figure before we take him out of the bag. And here is a look at the Phantom Zelda figure. So let's start with putting Phantom Zelda together first. And this was actually the very first time that I have taken these figures out and put them together, so I was very nervous about breaking anything on these. I didn't want to ruin them at all. So here's Zelda out of the bag. One thing that caught me off guard with these figures is they seem to be made out of some type of rubbery material over a plastic. I don't know what it would be called or how to really describe it, but when touching it, it's got an almost rubbery feel to it, which was very strange. I don't think this is bad though, as I do think the material used gets across the very smooth and soft look of the toon art style. So of course Phantom Zelda comes with her sword and shield, and with these equipped, she is pretty big. So these two parts are wrapped separately and you will have to assemble them yourself. I've always loved the patterns on the shields of the Phantoms, as they display either the Phantom Hourglass if it's one from Phantom Hourglass, or the Tower of Spirits like this one because it's from Spirit Tracks. The shield is attached with this little peg and is snapped onto the hand pretty easily, though it is pretty loose so it may fall off if not. Just keep that in mind if you are displaying these figures. So here is Phantom Zelda's sword, and this thing looks really cool. I was very scared when attaching this because I didn't want the peg on the sword to somehow snap off when trying to get it onto the hand. Finally, of course, she comes with a stand so she doesn't fall over, and this is just a basic circle stand with a little bit of plastic to attach her to. The little bit of plastic just snaps into the bottom of the figure and then easily goes into the stand. And that is Phantom Zelda all put together. Let's move on to Link. Link is much simpler than Zelda as he's moulded with his sword and shield. The only thing you have to do is attach him to the base. I'm not sure why they decided to mould Link with his sword and shield and not have them detachable like Zelda, as they could have also got snapped in the plastic if not careful. Maybe it was just easier to do it like this. The stand he comes with is the exact same one as what Zelda comes with, there's nothing different between the two of them. As I said before, all you have to do with this one is to attach Link to the base, there's nothing else to do with it and he is done. I should have probably shown this at the beginning, but they also come with a bit of cardboard which shows you how to put the figures together. They are very easy figures to put together though, so you probably won't even need this. Before we finish off the video, here is an up close look at both figures so you can just see some of those little details on both of them. Now if you are interested in getting this collector's edition, be prepared to spend quite a bit of money. The lowest amount of money I have seen this collector's edition go for was around £100, and I have seen some of these go for around £600 to £700. There have been a couple of times where I have seen this go for around £60, but they only had one figure or just the game or the tin, not the entire set. So if you do want everything which comes with this collector's edition, which I'm pretty sure most of you would want if you are trying to get this, be prepared to shell out a lot of money. Now, I believe this collector's edition only came out in the UK, and that kind of goes towards why it's so expensive, as you could only get it in one place. So enough about prices, let's quickly go back to the figures. I wanted to do some quick comparison shots of these figures with other figures of these characters. Now on the left we have the Link from the Phantom Hourglass line of figures, and the right we have the Link from this set. And I didn't realise until putting them right next to each other that these are the exact same model. They are pretty much entirely identical apart from the pictures on the shield which reflect which game they are from. I was actually somewhat caught off guard by this as I didn't expect them to be the exact same model, so that was kind of weird for me to see. But if you do want just this Link figure, I guess you're in luck because you can just go out and find the Phantom Hourglass one, which will probably be a lot cheaper than having to buy this whole set, and probably easier to find as well. And just for fun, I put this other Spirit Tracks Link figure next to the one from this set. Within that set there is also another Phantom Zelda. She's much smaller than the one you get in this collector's edition and her pose is slightly different, but besides that they are pretty similar. If you are looking for Spirit Tracks figures, this series is definitely a lot cheaper and easier to find than the collector's edition. I do have the whole set of figures, so maybe one day I'll do a review on the whole set, as it does have a lot of different characters from throughout that entire game. And so that is everything you get within this set, from the tin to the game to the figures. I've always wanted to get this and I'm very happy to finally have it within my collection. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, they always help me out. If you're not already, why not subscribe? I do Zelda content on this channel every week. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. And at times, I will also be letting you guys pick what item I review next in this series. So if you're not already, go follow me on Twitter, as that is where I will be posting the options. There will be a link to my Twitter in the description below. Thank you all again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and until the next video, bye!